In a special media communication today, the Acting Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Gen Sarkai, has announced that the dismissal of 20 of Albania's diplomatic representatives. Prime Minister Edi Rama held a meeting with doctors today, stating that it has become necessary to amend the penal code to specify severe punishments for violence against doctors. The State Police, in cooperation with the OSCE, commenced their training today to ensure correct implementation of the law during electoral processes. It's 6:09 on Tuesday, the 26th of March 2019. Good evening and thank you for tuning in to RTV Aura's English edition. My name is Alexandra, bringing you the only daily update of the local Albanian news translated into English. Top story tonight, in a move considered by many as a slight against his predecessor, Ditmir Bushati, the acting foreign minister, Gen Sarkai, has taken an axe to many of his ministerial employees after only 77 days in office. The acting minister today issued a brief media communication of special importance in which he said that the 20 state representatives holding titles of diplomatic services have been dismissed following investigations into the performance of their duties. Persons who do not meet the criteria of success for their job will be dismissed. I inform you that the number of people affected by this initiative will exceed 20. The reformist agenda does not allow for nepotism in any sector, said Sarkai. Today, I have decided to terminate those employees who do not meet legal requirements or hold the minimum professional qualifications required to carry out the task of raising Prime Minister Rama's vision to the deserved heights internationally. The European challenge of Albania and our agenda of overcoming the stagnant pasture of the past does not correspond to nepotism, political clientelism or moral corruption in any sector, especially not in regards to those tasked with representing Albania in the international sphere, declared Sarkai. The Foreign Ministry did not publish a concrete list of names of those affected. However, Gen Sarkai said that those representing the image of Albanian diplomacy will no longer be selected based on family ties. Having now completed the review of the diplomatic service, the next step is to conduct similar verifications on those in the administration. Albania has a total of 50 diplomatic representations and 52 honorary consuls of Albania in foreign countries around the world. The scandal surrounding the Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Belinda Baluku's lack of transparency with the public continues to deepen. Now, the minister seems to be taking her vengeance on the media, refusing to notify media outlets about events organised within her ministry, thus violating the principle of the right to information. The ministry organised a conference for Air Albania. However, by order of the minister, RTV Aura received no notification regarding the conference, and neither did other significant media outlets. Given that Albanian state institutions host such events using funds obtained from the citizens, they are required to be transparent in relation to any decision, issue or event related to the interest of Albanian citizens. However, the outrage regarding lack of transparency has come to arise due to the minister undertaking a series of initiatives that have been strongly opposed by relative interest groups. Some examples of such decisions include suspending the use of hydropower plants without any prior warning. This decision was also made despite the hydroelectric investors having received all the required permits in accordance with the Albanian law. Furthermore, the retraction without consultation of the recently implemented law, which prevented vehicles over 10 years of age from being imported into the country, has also sparked some outrage. As cases of violence against doctors continue to rise, the Prime Minister has confirmed that intervention from public institutions is now required. At a meeting held with medical staff, the head of the government also expressed his criticism of those judges and prosecutors who, according to him, often favour the abusers in such legal cases. Furthermore, Prime Minister Rama promised that the amendments will include the appropriate punishments for those who attack the doctors tasked with protecting our health and our lives. It's a lie to say that there is no corruption in the healthcare system, but nothing can justify infringing upon the physical security of a medical practitioner. It is necessary to make amendments to our penal code. The reconsideration of violence committed against medical staff as a specific offence is now a necessity. Hospitals simply should not and cannot resemble a Wild Western movie, Rama said. The Prime Minister confirmed that attacks on doctors will result in severe punishments being handed down. Meanwhile, Health Minister Ogirta Manastirliu stated that the possibility of decriminalising mistakes made by doctors will be reviewed. The Prime Minister also took the opportunity to respond to allegations that he had travelled to Germany to seek medical care rather than using the Albanian public health system, stating, "Respect and do not give up. When you feel bad about the attacks that others make against your class, I suggest feeling comforted by thinking of me. They do not attack as a category, but as a person. And as you see, I'm alive and I do not yet need your help, no matter what you have heard. I have the evidence that I really went to Germany for a consult, but real consultations do not come out of the fake media, for the media are always showing that which is not happening." Edi Rama concluded his speech by criticising the work of the private security companies before warning of deep reforms in the near future that will be addressing this sector. Preparations for the 2019 municipal elections, which will be held this year, are well underway. Under this framework, the State Police, in cooperation with the OSCE, commenced their training at the Security Academy today. The training aims to ensure the correct conditions are created to maintain a smooth running of operations throughout the entire electoral process. The OSCE ambassador to Albania, Bernd Borchardt, attended the training today, stating that the role of police includes providing a guarantee for the people that the final results reflect the political will of the entire Albanian society. He went on to emphasise that further cooperation with the Central Election Commission and the prosecution is also needed. We are all aware of the political climate in the country whilst we are just 3 months away from elections. The cooperation between the State Police, the Central Election Commission and the prosecution is essential to guaranteeing public confidence in the electoral process. They must do this by combating all types of electoral misconduct, whether by individuals or political parties, explained Borchardt. The OSCE ambassador went on to praise the State Police's role during the general elections of 2017. This appreciation was expressed at the activity titled State Police's Role During Electoral Processes, held in Tirana, where he also expressed his belief that the State Police will remain impartial during the next elections. During the general elections of 2017, the State Police's job was satisfactory. I believe that the police will play an impartial role even in the next elections. The OSCE presence will continue being a strategic partner. I am sure that the professionalism of public institutions, including the State Police, can assure the people that their votes are valid and that the final results will reflect the political will of the entire Albanian society. I am confident that the State Police will be neutral in this important process and will behave with professionalism and dignity, declared Borchardt. For his part, the Director of State Police, Ardi Veliu, said that the expectations of law enforcement are high and that police are the main actors in guaranteeing all Albanians can exercise their right to vote. A clear example of this can be derived from previous years, where the State Police have best performed their duties, expressed in reports from specialised international structures that monitor the elections and our partners assisting the State Police. The expectations of the State Police during these elections are completely orientated towards the correct implementation of the law. The training of all the employees of the State Police will serve to this purpose, the training which started today with the central and local heads of the State Police and will continue with all the employees that will be involved in this process, said Ardi Veliu. In addition to those aforementioned, the directors of the regions and directors of the General Police Directorate were also in attendance for the training sessions today. Although nearly 2 months have passed since the student protest finally concluded, many of their demands remain unfulfilled by the government. Students of the University of Tirana assert that the government has not kept the promises agreed to under the University Pact and that conditions at the universities remain the same as they were prior to the protest taking place. For this reason, they assert that they will return to organising protest action, seeking the improvements that they desire to the universities of the country. These comments from students come 1 day after the organisation Civic Resistance published a report accusing the government of failing to deliver on the promises they made to students during the creation of the University Pact. The organisation even suggested that the pact was created purely to end protests, which would likely have been considered as unsightly for the government from an international perspective. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join us again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of RTV Aura, thank you and good night.